Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Now, let me tell you a little secret quickly before we get started. I am so excited for this video, and let me tell you why. Because we're going to be talking about languages and why it can be so important and beneficial to you to actually learn them. What language is it? Doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. Any kind of language can benefit you in so many different ways. So now I'm going to tell you 10 reasons as to why I think learning a language can be super beneficial to you. I'm so excited. Let's go. You know, I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in like 17 years because I haven't actually spoken to the camera in a while. But hello, I'm here. Let's go. So first things first is when you're learning a new language, you're now able to communicate with a whole new group of people that you were never able to really communicate with before. So for example, because I'm learning Chinese, I'm able to communicate with a bunch of different Chinese people who, let's say, cannot speak English. And because you're learning their language, chances are you're probably pretty interested in their culture. And now that you're learning the language, you can find out more information about the culture because you can talk to the people themselves in their native countries, which is pretty darn cool. And it feeds your wait, that doesn't make sense. It quenches your thirst for knowledge when it comes to the cultures. So another benefit to learning a new language is the fact that when you're applying for jobs, it might become an easier task for you, especially if you are applying for a job that involves international stuff or sales or anything. Then being able to communicate with potential customers, clients, and even employees will kind of give you a one-up, because you're building those relationships that can be really valuable within business. So another thing is the fact that it's going to make your traveling a lot more easy and more pleasurable, because now you're not going to have to rely on any locals to actually speak your language, and you'll feel super accomplished when you do talk to the locals and they are super surprised by your cool ability to speak their language. So another thing is the fact that it's going to help your brain think in new ways. And let me tell you how. I have never been better than I am now at memorizing things, because I need to memorize a lot of things when I'm learning this language. So, not only when it comes to memorization, but when it comes to anything in general, I feel like it just makes your brain super flexible and able to do things to an extent that you've never been able to do it before. So, go brain. It takes you to places that you never thought you could go before. So this one's a little bit similar to the last point that I had to make. But in addition to making your brain think in new ways, it also helps you realize things that are a little bit strange. Let me explain. Never until I actually started learning the language did I realize that the English language is a little bit weird. There are some things that literally just make no sense in the English language, and it's really hard to explain that until you realize how simple other languages can be. So that's just a fact. Basically what I'm trying to get at here is the fact that you're going to realize some very interesting things about yourself, about your culture, and your own way of living. And that's just pretty cool. It's just a fun thing. So this next point I think is actually quite interesting. When you start learning a new language, you actually have a deeper understanding of people in general and why people might do things a certain way. Obviously, people grow up in different places, so they might do things a different way because of habits and the way that they grew up. But it gives you a deeper appreciation and makes you have more respect for people and the way that they do things. So another thing is the fact that you get somebody else's perspective on your own culture. For example, sometimes I realize that some of my friends from other countries will do things in a completely different way, or they will question why I do things a certain way. And this kind of gives you an idea of what can make your everyday life more easy, or it gives you the perspective of understanding that your ways of doing things might sometimes be more efficient. So altogether, it kind of gives you a way to find out what is going to be the most efficient way of living your everyday life in general for yourself. And it always feels good to be more efficient. Learning a new language will also help you keep smart in touristy areas. Sometimes it's hard to understand a situation around you, but because you can understand what people are saying, it's going to be easier for you to kind of detect any dangers or anything else kind of like going on in the area. It also helps when you're going to places where you gotta bargain too. Sometimes people try to rip you off, but if you can speak the language, it's easier for them to understand that you are kind of like a part of it now, and you can now get better deals on things too, or get like in with the locals. So something else that I think is absolutely super important is that learning a new language will help increase your networking skills. And by that, I mean you do open up your mind a little bit to the world. You're more appreciative and flexible in your ways of thinking. So when other people are sharing their views with you, you're open to hearing it and you're able to take other people's views into account when making decisions and such. And it really, really does make a difference and makes you more of a relatable person, more likable. It's just all around a good thing to do. We love that. We do.
Sorry if there's a lot of noise right now. I'm just driving, but I do want to finish up this video because I've been trying to film it for the past 2 weeks. So the last point is the fact that you get to make a lot of friends when you're learning languages. I have had so many friends from day one that started learning Chinese with me, and now we have our own little inside jokes. We can talk to each other in half English, half Chinese, and we always know what the other person is saying because we've been learning at the same level for the same time. And I also have friends that have been my language partners for almost maybe a year now. I've known so many people by learning this language. It's absolutely intense. And I absolutely love it. So that's actually pretty much it for the video. I hope that kind of inspired you to maybe learn a new language, maybe even Chinese if you want to. If you want to, let me know, because I feel like that would be kind of cool if some of the people that watch my videos were also learning Chinese. So I guess if you like the video, make sure to like the video. If you like me and what I talk about, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I just hope you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. As long as you're smiling and you're happy, then I'm happy. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.